Okay, so let's talk about a case that on the surface seemed completely solved. 5 years ago, in the small town of Kilton, a high school senior named Andy Bell just vanished. And within days, the case was considered open and shut. But was it really? Today, we are cracking open that official case file on a story everyone thinks they know.
And that's the story you'll hear. It's become a local legend. Sal Singh, Andy's boyfriend, murdered her and then, supposedly eaten up by guilt, he took his own life. You know, there was no trial, no real defense. Sal was just condemned in the court of public opinion. And his family? They've been living under that shadow ever since.
And here it is. This is the question that changes everything. It's that one nagging thought at the very heart of this story. What if the entire town, the police, what if everyone got it completely, totally wrong?
So before we can really dig into where the official story just completely falls apart, we have to understand what everyone was told in the first place. This is the timeline that convinced an entire town that Sal Singh was guilty.
I mean, it all happened so fast, right? On April 20th, Andy goes missing. Just 4 days later, her boyfriend Sal is dead, leaving behind with the police call to confession. Case closed. But look at that last point. Andy Bell's body has never been found. And that little detail? That's the loose thread that's going to unravel everything.
And this is where our investigator, Pippa Fitz-Amobi, or Pip, comes in. Now, Pip isn't some seasoned detective. She's a straight-A student just looking for a topic for a big school project. But she remembered Sal, and she remembered him being kind. She just couldn't shake the feeling that the official story felt, well, wrong. So under the guise of a simple school assignment, she decides to ask the one question nobody else has dared to.
And just like that, the real investigation begins. With one little tug on that single loose thread, the missing body, this perfect 5-year-old story starts to come apart at the seams.
Pip knows right away she can't do this alone. So her first move is brilliant. She seeks out Ravi Singh. For 5 long years, he and his family have been treated like outcasts. He is the only other person in town who is absolutely certain of Sal's innocence. And for him, this isn't just a school project. It's finally a chance to clear his brother's name.
And almost immediately, Pip's investigation starts to reveal this whole circle of people with secrets to hide. You've got Andy's own father, Jason, who was controlling and had a pretty shaky alibi. Sal's friend, Max Hastings, who was clearly lying about how well he knew Andy. And then there's the Ward family, whose lives were just deeply tangled up with Sal's. Yeah, the official story of a lone killer is already falling apart.
Now, as Pip digs, she has this huge realization. The key to finding the truth isn't just about investigating Sal. It's about reinvestigating the victim. And suddenly, that perfect image of Andy Bell, Kilton's golden girl, it begins to crack.
This quote from one of Andy's closest friends is an absolute game changer. The girl everyone in town thought they knew had this whole other hidden side, a side that thrived on secrecy, on power. And as we all know, secrets like that can be deadly.
And wow, the secrets are explosive. Pip uncovers that Andy was selling drugs using a secret burner phone. She was cheating on Saul with some mysterious older man, and behind that perfect smile, she was a pretty vicious bully. This wasn't just a simple victim. This was a complex, kind of dangerous person with a long list of potential enemies.
The more secrets Pip uncovers, the more dangerous her project becomes. This is no longer just about the past. Someone in the present is watching her every move, and they want this case to stay buried for good. And then comes the first direct threat, a chilling anonymous note left for her to find. All of a sudden, this is not a school project anymore. It's real, it's dangerous, and it means someone out there is panicking. And Pip knows. That means she's getting closer to the truth.
So who was Andy's secret older man? The answer is a complete shocker. It was Pip's own history teacher, Elliot Ward, a trusted mentor who was in an illegal relationship with his student. He had every reason in the world to want to keep Andy quiet.
And then, the threats escalate horrifically. Pip's beloved dog Barney is killed. I mean, this brutal, personal attack is the final straw. It pushes a heartbroken Pip to confront her prime suspect directly. And in that raw, emotional confrontation, the case breaks wide open. Elliot Ward confesses. But listen, in a case this full of secrets and lies, the first confession is almost never the end of the story. It seems like the case is solved, but the most shocking twist is still to come. So, what really happened to Andy Bell?
All right, brace yourselves, because the final truth is a tangled mess. Elliot Ward's confession was only half the story. Yes, he argued with Andy, and yes, she fell and hit her head. And thinking she was dead, he did something unthinkable. He murdered Sal Singh to frame him. But here's the crazy part. Andy wasn't dead. She actually made it home, only to get into another argument with her own sister, Becca. Becca pushed her, and that push, combined with the earlier head injury, was fatal. It was Becca who disposed of her sister's body, and Becca who was behind all those terrifying threats against Pip.
So where does all of that leave us? Well, Sal Singh is finally, officially, publicly exonerated. His family gets their name back. Elliot Ward faces justice for murdering Sal and for everything he did to Andy. But Becca Bell, the person actually responsible for her sister's death and for tormenting Pip, she escapes before she can be arrested.
In the end, Pip found the truth. She proved Sal was innocent. But that truth was built on this massive foundation of secrets and lies, and it came at such an immense cost. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? In a town so convinced of a simple story, what is the real price of digging up a complicated, devastating truth?